Hi, and welcome to pile number 1. You have chosen the Yooperlite crystal, and with this crystal, there's sodalite in it. It's UV reactive. And so, Spirit is saying that sometimes you may be reactive to certain situations, certain people. I'm hearing like grandparents that might be a one off for someone. I'm also hearing parents. It could be a loved one, but I'm hearing more. It could possibly be with family. But with this crystal, it provides some logic, it provides creativity, it also helps you with being mindful of the things that you say. It awakens the truth within yourself, and it can awaken the truth within everyone too. So you can carry this crystal and it can help you with communication. It helps you with meditation. It helps you sit back and kind of think before you actually talk. So if this sounds like you, this is definitely your pile. You can use that as confirmation. This reading is about the now and what spirit, the universe, you within yourself is needing to know right now. Of course, this reading is timeless, so take what resonates and leave what don't. You could see this a year from now, or you can see this when I upload this video. But whenever you do, this is what Spirit is bringing you to this reading for. Is to show you love and gratitude. That's what I'm hearing. But let's get into it. So we have the cards out here. We have divine abundance, faith in a process, non-duality, clearing, creativity, free from judgment, and free to love and rebirth. So what's interesting about this is that if you're watching this, right now we're going through Mercury retrograde. And today I actually found myself just kind of clearing some subscriptions from YouTube because it's things that I'm not resonating with anymore. So it's about going through the process about clearing. And we have the clearing card here. And if you think about it, it's okay to clear your mind, your thoughts, clear your energy of those that no longer serves you. And for example, while I was going through this process, I'm like, well, what if I go back to this subscription again? Or, what if they see that they had -1 follower, and I keep thinking about other people and how they feel. And that's something within me that I have to heal and something that I'm going through. But it's about what do you want for yourself, right? And that it's okay because not everybody will resonate with each other. So there's that. We also have non-duality. We also have divine abundance. It's interesting for your pile that 3 came out from this particular deck. And this is all about abundance. And it's actually called Divine Abundance. And you got Divine Abundance. That was actually the first card that came out. And I just want to let you know that Spirit and the universe, your higher self, is telling you that everything is within you. Everything that you love, everything that you desire is within you. And that you are able to be yourself, be your authentic self, be your human self, because we also have the non-duality here. And it's about letting your authentic humanity shine. And that you can do both. You can actually do your spiritual healing, tend to your shadow work, and you can still be authentic about it. I feel that there are a few of you or some of you that is very afraid of coming forth and showing other people what you do. Maybe you're into tarot. Maybe you're into learning about your psychic abilities. Maybe you're in a career that you no longer resonate with anymore, and that you've been wanting to do something else, something different for a long time. But then you keep on thinking about other people and what they think or how they feel about your path. Why are you thinking about that? Spirit brings me back to the clearing card again, where you can clear what no longer serves you anymore. Because as you clear that, you are arising to what is more of your frequency, and other people will just be attracted to that are on the same frequency. You see, Spirit does not want you to feel bad for the journey that you're on. Your journey is your journey. Other people's journey is their journey. It's just that we can understand each other's journey. And because of that, because you want to do something different, because you are called to go towards a path that you feel more authentic in, we have faith in the process. And we have the number 32, which brings number 5, right? Numerology number 5 is about change, making changes. And this card reading is about now, putting in the action. So what are you waiting for? Put in the action, but also have faith in the process. We see 2 birds here. It reminds me of the universe showing you the way. And they're both looking forward. She's in a cart that looks like it is being wheeled toward the direction that the birds are looking at. So they are showing you the messengers, your inner self, your higher self, the universe, God, you're all one. It is showing you the way. And you having faith in the process is just another thing to remember. That as you have faith in a process, that's when you will bring in that creativity that you always had in you. Everyone has that creativity, and everyone's good at certain things. I feel that there's some of you that may be jealous of a certain person or maybe a group of people, but I feel like there might be an individual in your life that it's like, you know, she does that so well. I wish I had that. But lo and behold, you're actually good at something. Or if you desire to look that way or be that way, then you can always learn, and it is always possible to be just as good or even better. And it's a nice competition, but it's not to compare or be in comparison with each other. It's having faith in the process and understanding that, look, I'm just as good, but in my own way, in my own creativity. Because I am who I am, right? You are who you are. And this is where rebirth is going to come in. Rebirth is something that once you clear all that junk, all that trauma, this is when you have a new beginning. This is when you rebirth. This is the new frequency that you come into. It's shedding that old skin. Spirit wants me to tell you that if you're not aware, your cells are constantly dividing. Your skin cells are constantly coming off of you, and it's rebuilding, right? It has the ability to regenerate. And so it's a wonderful thing because skin stretches, it's flexible. And that's interesting. So Spirit is also telling me that for women or feminine, women have the ability to give birth. And as we have another human being, another life within us, right? Growing within us, we mold, we shape, we're flexible, our skin just stretches to be able to nurture that baby, that human being, that life that we have within ourselves. And it's amazing how we are able to bounce back. And sure, the elasticity may not be the same anymore, but our skin is intact. That is the rebirth process. We're able to give life to another person or create that, right? We have creativity, we have rebirth. And lastly, what's interesting is that we also have the number 39. We have free from judgment, free to love. It's as you have faith in a process and you move forward and you listen to your intuition, to your higher self, to the universe, to God within you. You are clearing things. You are freeing yourself from judgment and you're freeing yourself to love. And it's more about loving yourself. Understanding that all there is love. Because you end up loving yourself, you end up loving what you do. And when you have that frequency of confidence, or you have that energy of, I am good enough, I know what I can do, I know I can create, and that you're moving forward with that energy of motivation, of love, and unconditional love for yourself, that you don't need outside validation anymore. You don't need to worry about what other people are thinking. You don't need to worry about judgment from other people about what you're doing, because you are doing what you love. It doesn't matter anymore, right? And you're being authentic. You are being the universe, and you're creating the life that you want to create. So hopefully, pile number 1, this is your message. And I am going to put this Yooperlite heart crystal, it is a puffy crystal, onto my Etsy shop. The link should be in the bio. And I'll also post it underneath this video. And if you feel called to it, you can purchase it. This is something to kind of help you along your way. This is the same crystal that I am posting in this. It's just one that I have. And if you resonate with this message, don't forget to do the YouTube comments, like. You can share this. And I will see you for the next reading. Bye. Welcome, my pile number 2. You've come across this reading because Spirit has led you and wanted to tell you a message about right now, the present moment. What is important right now? What is the universe? What is your inner self? What is your higher self trying to tell you? And just looking at the cards here, there are a couple cards that I do see in pile number 1. So if you feel called to check out pile number 1, or have had that little intuition inkling that there's a message for you in pile number 1, definitely go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, you are here in pile number 2 with the rose quartz palm. And rose quartz is a stone crystal of love. It can help bring forth the inner love that you have within yourself, the unconditional love that the universe brings within yourself and outside of yourself. It is what brings people together. It helps bring inner peace within yourself because you do have the love within yourself. And I do see that within the cards because we do have the self-love card here, which I find that very interesting, that the stone crystal is rose quartz, and the card that came out does have to do with some type of self-love. There may be a relationship that you're questioning about, but Spirit wants to bring forth, I'm hearing an answer to your question, and that answer to your question is the first card, which we have self-love. And as it says, let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. So those of you may have had some traumatic childhood experiences that had to do with love. I'm getting there might be some abuse from before. I'm getting like sexual abuse, but I'm also getting abuse from childhood in regards to parenting. And it's not you parenting, it's actually your family and your parents. But Spirit wants to let you know, and I do want to let you know, that we all come from generational things that happen. So whatever our parents was taught us is what they learned from their parents, and so on and so forth. And that's why we come across generational, quote unquote, trauma. And you may be that one person in your family, that black sheep, that someone is there to break that generational trauma, that family trauma, and it stops with you. And so your children and your children's will have that healed version of yourself. I do want to mention about, I've actually heard this, it's possible from podcasts, but Spirit is bringing that up to me in my mind, that if you have multiple children, like for example myself, I do have multiple children. Each time you have children, you are a different parent. Now, why is that? Because at different ages or stages in your growth and on your spiritual journey, or just being your human self, basically, you are a different person. Because as we grow, as we mature, we become different, especially when you know that you've been doing the work, the inner work. And so the first time you have your children, it's a first experience, right? Second time you have your child, then you have experience from your first one. And then you learn from that experience and you become a different parent with the second one. So your children will basically know you a little bit differently until they grow up to become teenagers or adults, where they can fully understand and process information. They will be like, oh wow, well, I had this experience with mom, I had this experience with dad. And I do have to tell you that that's exactly what my siblings and I have experienced. Sometimes my sister, she would be like, oh yeah, well, this is what I got from mom and dad, or as far as like, this is what she experienced. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. Didn't you notice? And I'm like, no, I didn't notice. And that's probably because I was a little bit different by the time it came to me. Spirit wants to also, and it's getting a little personal now because it's bringing forth my own experiences, which I'm perfectly fine with that. This is the reason why I created this channel. And I feel very passionate about it. But I do want to mention that sometimes when it comes to siblings and it comes to jealousy, right? It's like, oh, well, you got this, but I didn't get this when I was, I was around mom and dad, or when I went to high school, I didn't get this, but you got it. It's like, well, this perfectly explains how we have a different parent because of their maturity of when they grew. My mom had me when she was 36. Listen to that. My mom had me when she was 36. Now, y'all may have had, parents that are even older or younger or whatever, but whatever your experience is that they were there in their growth, different stages of spirituality, different stages of their mature. And so we cannot compare ourselves within our siblings. And if we do, that is some inner work stuff that you got to work on. And whatever is their, I'm going to say it, whatever their shit your siblings have to deal with because of what happened, that's their stuff to deal with. You can say as much as you want to your siblings or whoever, but it really is up to them because each and every one of us can project our own emotions and our traumas upon each other, not realizing that we had a different parent each and every single time. That is interesting. That might be for someone out there that might resonate with this, because we do have different parents and we do have different experiences. It's just up to interpretation, and it's up to us to understand and see all aspects of that and understand. I'm hearing functionality, family dynamics, things like that. It's like I'm hearing the words grit your teeth. I'm not too sure if that makes sense. But listen, we have divine abundance and we also have faith in a process. Now, I feel for some of y'all, there is something that you want to manifest. I do feel like there is some type of love or relationship that you want to manifest. For some of you, there is, I'm hearing like an abundance of friends. And then for some is connecting. And the image that is in my mind is that connection, like that neurons in your brain connection. And maybe some of y'all are telepathic too. Like you can understand, you can read people's minds. You understand and see and know what people are going to say before they even say it. And that's a pretty awesome thing to have, in my opinion. Some of y'all might think it's a curse or something, but it's just, again, it's up to interpretation on how you view it. Glass half full type of thing, right? Now, for whether you're trying to gain a relationship, have a new relationship, try to connect with more people. Try to get more of your telepathy skills upgraded, your psychic skills. You're going to have some faith in a process. You're going to have to put some trust and some love into yourself and the divinity. Because we have these two birds that are messengers So now I've got the message. I've got your back. Now listen, we have divine abundance and faith in the process. Those two cards, I'm gonna tell you, those were in pile number 1, and I got different messages for that one. It's similar, but some of the things that I'm noticing in this reading is for pile number 2s. So for this one, in faith in the process, we have the bird on the back, and I got your back. So perhaps, oh yeah, I'm getting, you're waiting for that one person to just say, I got your back. So maybe there is some loss in trust when it comes to friendships and connectivity, which I completely understand. I'm going to say, for those that have been in betrayal trauma in relationships, that I understand too. Because when you've been through so many betrayals, whether it's friendships, in your own love life, maybe it could be in interpersonal relationships, could be workplaces, whatever, there's something in there that is trying to teach you something. And one of them is, I definitely have to say, is boundaries, right? But for those that are trying to manifest the abundance, it's, you have the abundance within yourself and you have to trust the process. There's one bird and messenger that is in front of you, and then there's one that is on your back. And even though you are waiting for that one person to get your back, right? You have your back. The universe has your back. The universe is in front of you. They're pulling you. As long as you're trusting the process. If you're pulling back, you can't move forward, right? So we got divine abundance. We also got power of attraction. And it looks like, this just reminds me of divine feminine and divine masculine for those that believe in twin flame or soulmates. Those are two different things. But either way, this doesn't have to be exactly about twin flames. It can be about soulmates. Or just counterparts. Just someone being there for you, right? Meaning that one person. So we also have the timeout card. We have number 37. That equals to 10. So there's some type of completion where it just reminds me of 4 of swords in tarot. And its timeout reminds me of relaxation, taking the time to rest. So part of your manifestation, sometimes it's action, yes, do. But there's a part of it where you would have to leave it up to the divine to take the lead, because you have done the work. For those of you that have done the shadow work, the inner work, it's like you've done a lot. Let divine help you. Because if you try and take control of the reins and try to steer and control the horses, or the, chariot, I would say, the card in tarot, you're trying to take control. You're not allowing, you're not trusting the process, right? So taking the time out is taking the time to rest while the divine works behind the scenes. I've actually had a short video in regards to that, actually, and same message, so you might resonate with that. We also have we talked about that manifestation. That's interesting. I'm just looking at that now. We also have physical activity. So that just reminds me of self-love. If you're putting in the work in self-love, self-love can be, trying to be more physically attractive. How do you do that? More physical activity. And just knowing that, hey, I'm look good no matter what, but health-wise too, I'm going to take care of myself. That's self-love. Self-love is you not doing the physical activity, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not loving yourself. That might be a little harsh. I mean, I think that might hit hard on someone right there, but it's taking that time to self-care, self-love. That's the work that you're going to do. That's the physical activity that you have to do. We we also have perseverance, so it's not giving up, not giving up on the process. Faith in a process, it just tells me. It's also stability too. When you have that stability, when it comes to marriage, we have Four of Wands, that's marriage, right, in tarot. And so when you think about that, it's the stability. And it's trusting that you're going to have that foundation, right? And foundation in a marriage is very important. You need that foundation to be able to build upon that. So, Spirit is also showing me that, well, what happens if you build upon that foundation, right? And then it becomes the tower moment, because things are not clouds and rainbows and unicorns all the time. You're gonna have that tower moment in a marriage, right? And but they're showing me the woman and the man coming, depending on the tarot deck that you use. It's typically two people coming out. Usually I think it's a male and a female. However it resonates with you, because it doesn't have to be male and a female. It could be female, male, in marriage. But understand that it's a couple. And so they're jumping ship. But they're jumping ship together, right? And when the tower goes down, what do? You work together to build it up again. It just becomes stronger. So, and that is perseverance right there. Perseverance. I absolutely love that. This pile number 2, this is an awesome message from Spirit. I'm going to leave it right there. I do have the rose quartz. I'm going to redo my Etsy shop, and if you feel resonated with the rose quartz, I'm going to have the same exact one right here in this reading. And if this message resonates with you, you can absolutely purchase this same exact rose quartz here to help with that energy, to help you move forward. And remember that this message in regards to your spiritual growth and your spiritual journey, you can help use this rose quartz can help you with that. And you can carry that with, and remember this message for you. So if you like this, resonate with this, you can do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, comment. I like reading comments. If there's anything that you'd like to see more of, I'm very open to that. What you like about this reading, what you don't like about this reading, I'm perfectly fine with that. And if you have not, please subscribe. If you vibe with me, I absolutely love seeing you people. And if you're back and you have been a subscriber, thank you. Welcome again. And I'll see you for another reading. Bye. Welcome, my pile number 3. You have come across this message because your inner self, your higher self, and the universe has brought you here because there is a message that you need to hear right now. And you have chosen the Lepidolite crystal. Lepidolite is a crystal of being emotionally balanced. Lepidolite actually has lithium in it. And this is what they actually use in medications, not for you to actually take this crystal and put it in your mouth and ingest it. Please don't do that. I am not recommending that. But it is really good to use it as a pocket crystal. You can put it put it in your pocket. Just know that it's there. You can put in your palm, meditate with it so you can emotionally balance yourself. Now, the messages is for entertainment purposes only. So I will post that within my bio, or if you see that, it is only, I am not a professional to be able to advise you on those things. I do want you to seek any professional help if you ever need it, but this message might actually help you in regards to looking at things from different perspectives. So, moving on, I wanted to let you know that perhaps you are interested in pile number 2. I swear I put the cards together, I shuffled them, and 2 more cards came out. And pile number 2 had the same exact cards. Same thing happened with pile number 2, but different cards. So pile number 2s might resonate with pile number 1. There might be a message there. So pile number 2s or you, pile number 3s, might have a message in pile number 2. Again, we're all, interconnected, and the messages might just come through, and there might be a specific one for you. If you're here after pile number 1 and 2, well, good for you. But I do want you to know that I feel like the Lepidolite crystal is really fit for you, pile number 3. And the reason why I say that is because there's been a lot of the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck that came out from Alana Fairchild, I want to say. Yep. And this one has very, very deep meanings as far as what you have been through or what has already been done. So I think my pile number 3s, you've been through quite a bit. You've done some of the inner work already. And I feel like it's looking back or perhaps confirmation right here in regards to, okay, well, now what? What do I do? What message do you have for me, universe? Because I've done all this inner work, and I feel like for your pile number 3, there's something that you want, right? And perhaps I'm hearing choices, or it's like, I'm also hearing, what choice do I have? So it's almost like, well, this is me. I kind of know what I'm supposed to do, but I've been through so much shit. Now what? That sort of thing, right? And you're just here being like, well, I was led here to this message, and I'm waiting. So after the storm, we have number 1. It's like starting a new cycle. We have the owl, which brings in wisdom, right? It looks like the sun is right behind the owl. And just looking at this card, there is quite a bit of, I want to say, blue purplish color, and that has to do with a lot of intuition. I'm hearing sacred geometry, and I think that's exactly what the owl is holding. So you might be working with a lot of sacred geometry, or you notice shapes, symbolism, actually, you might be into. And there's a lot of wisdom behind that, right? And you know that the divine is behind you, or you know that there is light, and you know that there is love, and that they got your back. You're at that space already. So this is a new cycle that you are being put into. You're flying with the wisdom that you have within yourself, and you're bringing forth that, and you're utilizing the terms, the symbolism that you have learned, and you're bringing that forth, right? And we're going to bring it down to collaborative dreaming, number 28. 28 adds up to 10. That's also endings too, right? So perhaps the end result of what you want is you want to be able to collaborate with other people or meet up with the people that you are meant to be with. Have that same frequency with your tribe, as I want to say. And it's I think that's for another reading, but it's very interesting because I watch another YouTuber and she had this really great information in regards to your tribe, right? And I resonate with that because it's the focus is so much on your tribe and bringing in people, but if you open up yourself more to that, you get more people within your frequency and not just a certain one. And she says it much better, and it's much better listening to her as far as what she says about it, because I'm still integrating that within myself, because that's something that I'm working on myself. We're all working on certain things, right? So yeah, just a little tidbit there. you know the process of your spiritual growth never ends. You're constantly growing, you're constantly learning something new. It's not like, here I am, yes, I learned this, now I'm all one and almighty. No, no, thank you. You're not. It is about constantly learning, because you are here on this plain earth to learn something. You have contracts, you have things to learn about that your soul wants you to learn. And then perhaps you're gonna come back into this earthly plane, and I I'm getting reunite. That's interesting. Reunite. So maybe you're want to reunite with someone again, learn this process again if you haven't learned something or you missed the opportunity. Because you can continue that. It's a school, it's learning. So we have collaborative dreaming. We have that there. We also have softly, softly, the tender touch. And this one just reminds me of all there is, because we have symbolism again in here behind her. And it's like she's breathing, and I'm getting the breath of life, right? Ha. And breath of life is giving life into the words that you are seeing. You can be into chanting. um I'm hearing tantric. I don't know what that means. Tantric, tantric tantric mantra. um and perhaps you're an empath too, or a clairsentient, where you can feel things. And feeling things is actually a good thing. It's one of the clairs, one of your psychic senses, when you can feel things. And if you feel things deeply, you are able to understand people's emotions and their psyche a little bit better. And perhaps you are into the human psyche, you know, or into behavioral health, that sort of thing. But I wanted to bring the attention to her breath and how it's coming out of her mouth. And if you use chanting, that sort of thing, it's very powerful. And Spirit just reminded me something about spells, right? Or curses. You know how they say, I curse this, I curse that, or I put a spell on you. And you say these things, right? You are basically putting that out into the universe. And you are putting out the words that you say. Sometimes there's a be careful what you wish for, be careful what you say. It's there, that is for a reason. It's because you are chanting, you are using it. It's like a spell. um Spirit also wants me to mention about, for those of you that are parents, how we talk to each other, not just, our children too, right? There's this photo that I've seen on Facebook or in social media before, and it just shows like a parent and super angry, mouth open, and just like yelling at this child, right? Or at the children. And basically, that child grows up and it starts screaming too. It's just what they're learning. So, or what you're saying to people, you you're putting it out there, that frequency, towards them. And sometimes if they don't know how to protect themselves or put up boundaries, it can be very hurtful if we're not careful, because we can take that in. um they're bringing me to that, this is personal, but I when I was in elementary, I was having trouble doing my math homework, and my elder brother was trying to help me with that. And he was just saying it, he's watching TV, but he was trying to teach me at the same time. And I didn't quite understand it. Like, I absolutely couldn't. And my second brother was like, oh, so stupid. And that kind of stuck with me. For a very long time. And as I'm saying, it kind of strikes a little chord right there. So I always say to people, and I even tell my own children, that you don't say stupid. And I absolutely didn't like that, because it reminded me about what was said to me, but it was something that I didn't quite understand. But does that make me stupid? No, it does not. But it's amazing some of the things that we can say out loud, and it just kind of sticks with you, and then it's like, am I stupid? But no, I put it out there that I'm not stupid, but I didn't want anybody else to say that as well, because I don't want other people to feel like they are stupid. It's not a good feeling to feel, right? When you're trying to learn something and maybe you didn't get it, maybe there's another way of saying it, maybe you visualize it, maybe you're a different learner. How you learn is different from somebody else. That doesn't quite make you stupid. So, the reason why Spirit is bringing that up is that, wow, I went off. they're bringing they're bringing that up because although it is personal for me, there is someone out there that would resonate with that. So for y'all that resonate with that, yeah. And the word might not be stupid. It might be you're difficult, or it might be, well, different things. Just I can't think of it. You're not smart. That's stupid. That's the same thing as stupid. But it's it's words that can come across to someone and they can take it literally. And so that's why we would have to be careful. That's why sometimes when we say, well, like my style of reading is being blunt, like, yes, you can be blunt, but you can also say it in a different way so that other people can understand it, right? You can be blunt in a different way. You can be, I'm hearing animosity, so I guess you don't have to put in that animosity within that. That might be for someone. We also have legacy of light. So this reminds me of generational trauma. You're probably the one that's breaking that. You have your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors. It talks about your ancestors and bestowing that information from the other realms, from beyond, into you so that you're able to integrate it and stop that generational trauma that just came up. That's interesting. We also have right now And this was the only card that wanted to come out of the abundance deck that I have. And it's interesting because that is the message right now, right? In the present moment. So you are at that space that even though you've been through quite a bit, you're looking for confirmation. Yes, you have the confirmation, but you know you have to move forward. So my pile 3 is, you know, your stuff. You're at that space, that time where you're in that present moment. You know that you can focus on the right now, because the right now is where I'm hearing the magic happens. So interesting. Let me read that. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than can be handled each moment, which is true. So sometimes you might not know. You can't worry about the future. You can't worry about the past. You have to focus on the present moment, the now. And this is where self-discipline comes in, right? We have the number 41, we have the number 5, which is basically changes. So change will come. Every single day there will be changes. Even though it's same routine, there is always nothing completely stays the same. Because your body doesn't stay the same, does it? You're a day older. Tomorrow will be another day. Tomorrow will be, you'll be a day older. As the seconds tick by, I'm older. You're older. Right? And we have manifestation. I feel like for this reading in particular, not just this pile, but from pile number 1, 2, and 3, you know, we're constantly manifesting. And there is a manifestation message in each and every single pile, I believe, and this just proves it. And that was the card that was in pile number 2. And in pile number 2, we also have 67, physical activity. And the message that technically I got from pile number 2 was that for you to have some self-love, you have to do some self-care, right? Can't just say, well, I love myself, but you're not taking care of yourself. That's not true love. That's not truly loving yourself. You're going to have to take care. I apologize. The microphone actually cut off and ran out of battery. However, moving on with pile number 3. Pile number 2, as I was saying, was truly loving yourself is about taking care of your body, right? And so you're going to have to utilize that physical activity. In this pile for pile number 3, I almost feel like with the physical activity and the work that you have done with yourself as far as manifestation, I feel like a lot of you are going through a Kundalini awakening. And what does that have to do with? I feel that that has to do with a lot of physical activity too. I talked about some tantric mantras, and I feel that there is a brewing solar plexus and especially sacral energy that is within you that is just waiting for your creativity to come out. And that's where the Kundalini energy is from. Now, I'm no expert in Kundalini energy, but that is what I feel the Spirit is trying to come through. And as I channel this message to you, I want you to be able to kind of feel that sacral chakra and that solar plexus energy coming together. And feel that, you know, with your own intuitive gut, does that resonate with you? Does that resonate that the physical activity that you're in is just overflowing with creative juices, that you can just be out there or be yourself, be authentically yourself, be sexual, because that's what it's all about, right? Loving yourself, loving your sexual self, and loving yourself in a way that you're able to create and manifest from your inner body, from your inner self, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Well, that is it for my pile number 3. Thank you so much. And you can do the YouTube things. You can subscribe. You can like and comment. I am open to anything that you might want to hear, see, feel, and I'll see you for another reading. Bye.